Hi guys. 25 likes already? Whoa, that's awesome. 45 people here. Hit that like button, guys. Oh my god, my hair is disgusting. Alright, that's fine. You're not here for my hair. Or are you? Weirdo. Alright, let's see what we got going on. And Christian Montgomery super chatted $2. No stun. Confederation phaser set to vaporize. You say that, but Elnor got shot and he didn't get vaporized. Weird, right? Plot armor for the win. Peter Lukaku also threw in $5. Thank you so much. Surprisingly impressed again. It seems the 20 executive producers for Picard did their homework. Well done. Yeah. Do you need 20 executive producers? No. But hello, welcome everybody. I'm not going to go back and read all the chats you guys have done, unfortunately. I don't want to get too far behind in the chat, as I tend to do anyway. So I'm just going to start off here. Just for a battle, this episode had me convinced that Girardi is the queen in the present. Right? We kind of made that speculation already, based on last week's episode, where she's like, you have a sense of unbelonging no matter where you are. Perfect place for Girardi is in the collective. Before we get started, though, I want to thank Kit10K, who's probably not here, but he sent me this. This is Fortress Tiberius from the IDW comic. There is the NCC 1701 U.S. Enterprise with the Autobot symbol on his chest, but he made this up and sent it along for me. So that is awesome. I've always wanted a Fortress Tiberius figure. This is 3D printed by Shapeways. And jealous? Yeah, you are. Will I paint it? I don't know. Probably. Why not? It is pretty cool, though. But anyway, so there we go. So if Kit 10K shows up, I'll show it again when he's here. He usually works nights, so I'm not sure if he'll be here. Let's see. Christian says, exactly, Captain. Christian Starling says, did you see Kirk's new insignia badge for his ship on Strange New Worlds? Yes, I did. We talked about that in our live yesterday. It does look similar to the Republic, but they changed it, obviously, because they're not going to give whoever designed the Republic one any credit. But hey, I have to ask Captain Foley this question. Why wasn't Elnor vaporized by the same gun that vaporized? Yeah, we don't know. That's a plot convenience. Plot armor. Alison Pill is killing it. Yes, she is, actually. She is this season. Girardi is much better, absolutely. Andrew K says, when you take a look at the helmet of the Borg Queen on the episode of the season, I realized that a normal Borg Queen's elongated head wouldn't fit in there, probably. Exactly. So it's somebody we know. So, shut the front EPS conduit. That is a cool model. Fry Minis throws in $2. Warp 9.5 around the sun. Also, do you like jerky? I love jerky. Jerky's awesome. Well, if you watch Star Trek 4, it's like 9.2, 9.3, and you get to 9.6, and that's where the time travel starts. So, yeah, I love the call-outs there. Sean says, hey, it's Cap. Also, it looks like Girardi might be the queen in episode 1 from where this is going. And Rude Chef said, I thought it was great. Yeah, I think she might be the queen. That's one of the things we hypothesized. However, it looks a little tall for Girardi, but that's something that can be altered for sure. But yeah, I think it might be a good call to say that. Andy Urix puts in $5. Killing off Elnor meant he didn't have to wear a cap to hide his ears, which would have stood out in the warm Los Angeles. I said the same thing. So he's like, oh no, why'd they have to kill Elnor? And I'm like, because they didn't want to put a headband or a hat on him. And she kind of got a laugh out of that. So Mark Lawrence throws in $5. I too miss my grade school cat, Tushka, gouger of attacking dog eyes. Gray calico with 7 claws on her front paws and mother to many cat generations. Oh. Fleetpaw throws in $2. I was impressed. Sad Elnar dies, but impressed. See, I don't know if he's dead though. How much want to make about he's in some kind of weird meditative healing trance that the nuns taught him, and he's all of a sudden they're going to hear banging on that morgue thing they slid him into. You're going to hear banging on it, and he's going to be awake. I don't think he's necessarily dead, but it is what it is. That's my call on that. I don't know if it's going to be the case, but I thought I'd at least mention it. I don't think that he's actually dead. I agree, Rude Chef. I do hope they have good writing like this for Strange New Worlds. Off topic, but did you see those explosions in Discovery? They didn't use rocks this year. They used sharp metal objects in the explosions. Yeah. Where did La Serena land? Because Picard said they were in LA. No, he didn't. He said he's to give him navigational control. He's taking them home. They landed at his estate, his chateau. That's where they are. The ship was in France. They beamed from France to LA. Trying to think if that you wouldn't be able to do that because of the curvature of the Earth, and you don't have any satellites. Which they even said there's no communication with the ship because there's no suborbital communications arrays. So yeah, it looks like the chateau to me. So slingshot effect around the sun would take less than a second or greater than a second. Makes no sense that it takes so long. But the sun's pretty big, so finally we were rid of Space Legolas. Scarpad's comic Trek throws in $5. You guys are awesome tonight. Well, that went to poo quick. Rios is the only likable character. Within 15 minutes, they murder the crews of 3 starships. The 2024 stuff was horrific. Totally disagree. This has been really good. I don't like the way that the ships got destroyed, though. The 2 with the green photon torpedoes, the Borgified ones, I can kind of buy. But the first one, lock on to their starboard nacelle. All right, I did that. Fire. Boom. And then I guess they don't know what a starboard nacelle is because it hits it right in the fucking deflector dish. So, what? Prediction for the next episode. Picard goes to see Relativity Guy. Please be him. Yeah, I want it to be him as well. Picard ending. The Picard episode continued strong. Yes, they did. Listen, Jericho, I laughed my ass off with Rio's beating, at the Rio's beaming scene. Yeah. Q probably put Elnor in a cosmic penalty box. He's been known to do that. Agnes is a weirdo board queen. I mean, sure, yeah. I'm glad that Picard shook off Raffi's outburst and got back to business. Yes, I am too. He's not the weak, feeble old man that everybody's yelling at and don't hit me from season 1. He's, well, we're going to do our mission. We got a job to do. He's the strong Picard that we know, love, and deserve. So, yes, by all means. And Raffi's anger, although understandable considering that anger does weird things to people, was totally misplaced there. Not happy with Raffi. I'm glad she got over it pretty fucking quick, too. Yes, she's still obviously got the mission on her mind, but she's not moping and whining about Elnor like I figured she would be doing the whole episode, which is what she would have done in season 1. So at least that's back on track. Jurati was amazing this episode. Facing down the Queen. Hell yeah. It was a good episode, but it felt more like Patty and then moving the plot forward. Disagree. They're moving pretty quickly, as I can see. Joseph Cole, $5. Thanks for all your hard work, Cap and Sam. Great super chat works tonight. I felt bad I could not contribute last week. Don't feel bad, Joseph, but yeah, that was a shitty night because that was our Picard. Like, we would have got pretty good revenue that night, and we got basically no revenue because of the super chat issue, which is a real pain in the ass. So don't feel bad. It's just something that happens. It's happened a few times during lives, at least 2 other times. Usually correct itself by the end of the live stream, though. It didn't fix itself that night. So, it is what it is. Misha throws in $5 without a comment, but thank you, Misha. I just checked out your video, actually, on the Kazon ships. So I watched that last night or the night before. one of them. So good job. I'm surprised they didn't offer him nanoprobes to keep him alive. I am too, Sean. Um, Andrew K. Come on, guys! It's so obvious that the first episode Borg Queen is really Elnor. Alternate timeline Borg Queen will inject nanoprobes in Elnor's dead body. Could definitely see that happening, but you got a winky face there, so it's not you're not serious. Fry Minis, we all know that Trekyards have special feelings for the Borg Queen's tail bits. No, but what I will say is that when there's a shot of Elnar from the top and Raffi is like crying and bent over, Raffi's got some nice um, emotions, I guess I'll say. And I gotta say also Admiral Vance's wife in Discovery, when she like walks past the camera and walks away, is also good job, Vance. Misha, well shit. The first time I tried a super chat without a message, it worked for first time in weeks. Well, there you go. Now you can super chat with messages. Q. I'm going to be skipping the odd one here and there, guys. Hope that's okay. I just don't want to get too far behind. Q talking in Picard's ear reminded me of the Batman Arkham Knight trilogy game with the Joker and Batman. Yeah, absolutely. Oh no, zombie space Legolas, please no. Eric says, is the writing better in Picard season 2 than season 1? Fuck yeah, 1,000 times better. Eric says, Picard said home when they asked where he was taking them. He did. Did the pursuing ships not have shields? I wondered the same fucking thing. Maybe because it's the Confederation, they don't figure they don't need shields. Shields? We don't need no stinking shields. Christian Montgomery throws in $2, so thank you. Star Trek broke timeline and my head again. Laughable Larry, now that you mention it, Elnar getting shot and not getting vaporized, that's all I'm going to think about now that it's going to drive me crazy. Yeah, we mention it in our edited review, which will be out tomorrow afternoon, and I'm sure we'll mention it tomorrow during our live review as well. Andre, Benson. This episode was a little slow, but still interesting, especially between the Borg Queen and Agnes. But when the Queen said to Agnes, you impressed me, I was like, uh-oh, not good. But overall, still good. Yeah, that's a scary thing. You've done something that's very difficult and very dangerous, and you've impressed me. So, did the Borg Queen destroy the ships or only disabled them? Oh, they look destroyed to me. But who knows? Rick and Morty is canon now in Trek, yes. Troy says, Captain, do you notice that the badge on the jacket, even torn off, almost looks like a Trekyards Delta? I didn't know that, and I didn't notice that, no. Gestrel says, I predict Brent Spiner as the Watcher from the trailer. It would make the most sense if it was Guinan, like in yesterday's Enterprise. I don't want it to be Guinan. I don't want it to be Spiner. I want it to be the time cop guy, the same actor that they have playing a cop in this show, is from the Relativity. He's the first officer on the Relativity and becomes captain. So I want it to be him back in time. Actually have the fucking time cops doing their job. Somehow he got trapped here, or he's back here because he noticed a temporal incursion and got there before them or something. Because the time cops need to know their job. Or need to do their job. Every character on this show sucks, except maybe Rios, Girardi, Raffi, Elnor, Seven, all terrible. Disagree there, Scarpad, but I think Rios is awesome, by the way, too. So, Joseph, I thought it was weird how Picard just jams an assimilation tubular internet. Well, he doesn't jam it, he just puts it on. Peter Lacaco throws in $5, so thank you very much, guys. Raffi has a great knowledge of field stripping firearms. Was impressed. Yes. Fleet Pass says, sorry, you think that, Scarpad? You appear to be in the minority here. Yeah. It's the same Seven. So it's the same. Seven wasn't in Future's End. They could get, or Sven wasn't it? They could get Sarah Silverman for help. Yes, go to Sarah Silverman by all means. Sean says, "You're not the only one to see Rafi. I was surprised they used that angle. I'm happy they did. Is Girardi only human or something extra to be able to steal the info from the Borg Queen? She's human, but she works on fucking positronics. She builds androids for a living, so she knows how a structured mind like that would work. I love that she did what she did. That was amazing. So yeah, that's why." Hey, Multi Gunman, how's it going? Misha throws in $5. What I was saying earlier, Agnes will become the weird Borg Queen. Wow, they're all kind of weird, but I see what you're saying. Do they think Chateau Picard is in Napa? No, it's in fucking France, guys. Transporters can be in pretty far. Now, you would think that there's not line of sight really be from France to LA, unless they're going with the flat Earth theory here. However, I don't know how that would work, because you need something to bounce off, really, even with transporters. So, and they made a point of saying the communicators couldn't communicate with the ship because there is no subspace things. But anyway, that's okay. Eric says, "Sorry, I have to work. Girardi acting a big step up this week. Seven's divorce was short and sweet." It was. That's good, because she didn't even know his full name to put it on the papers. I was actually waiting for her when he said that. What's my full name? For her to be like, for a pause and then say it, because she's the kind of person that while she was flipping through her files on her desk would have looked at it just in case it came in important. I was really hoping that she would have said it. But anyway, it is what it is. Valkyrie 417 throws in $10, so thank you. The Borg Queen was really creepy. They did a good job with her and her eyes. The first contact music just added to the vibe. Oh, the first contact music where she was crawling across the floor was awesome. Yes. Jonathan, the same phaser that injured Alnar also vaporized the husband. It would have been nice to add a couple of lines of set phasers to stun, and after they vaporized, that wasn't the stun setting. Yeah. Razor 22 Gaming $2. Picard season 2 so far is make me want more. Nice. Or makes me want more. Nice. Totally agree. Valkyrie says, "Oh, and how Agnes impressed the Queen. Dun dun dun." Misha says, "I'm enjoying Picard a lot, especially during these trying times." Misha says, "Cisco is the Watcher." Disagree. Sean puts in $5. Thank you, Sean. For all of your and the commander's hard work. Much appreciated, guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Leah Thompson took everyone back to the past. She did. I noticed that too, that she directed this episode. I was wondering if it was the same Leah Thompson, but I would assume it is. So, the VW boy AF, the kid in the hospital is going to end up being Rios' great grandpop. Ooh, that's interesting. I never thought that. Oh. NZ Fade, I like all the actors in the series, especially the Borg Queen. She did such a great job. Seven felt like Seven this week, and Agnes was amazing too. Totally agree. Fleet Pop puts in $2. You quasi-Cardassian totalitarian. The Ronin throws in $5. How are these the same characters from last season? They are all really fun and interesting this season. That's what you have when you have good writers. Just saying. Girardi has a USB port, I guess. General Grievous, I really wish Picard projected his voice more. Had several moments in this episode that felt like a lot better than his tired grandpa voice he uses when he sounds so weak even being in a new body. He's much better this season, in my opinion, so. Sorry if I missed your comment, by the way, guys. I'm just picking like some odd ones here and there. I don't want to get too far behind the chat. But if I do miss one that you really wanted me to see, just put it in again, and maybe I'll hit it on the next pass through. So, how much of the season will take place in 2024? We've wondered that. We're hoping no more than like 4 episodes. I want them to get back relatively quickly. I don't want the whole thing being in the past. If they do that, I'm going to be very disappointed. That's how Discovery season 4 was. There was just too much of the DMA storyline. Sure, it ended okay, but it could have been whittled down to 4 episodes and been like a mini arc. But whatever. Uh, Comms could be bounced off the existing satellites in orbit. Who knows? Yeah, but she said comms couldn't. But I was talking about the transporter beam to beam from France to LA. But Joseph Barbato, you know what's funny? Something I noticed is Picard's episodes fly by. I was so into it by the time I knew it was over. Disco episodes felt super long most of the time. Totally agree, especially this Discovery episode. It literally was so dense with shit. By the time I thought it was coming up on an hour, I looked at the time and it was at 30 fucking minutes. And I'm like, how are they going to stretch this for another 30 minutes? They did a fairly good job of it, but it was also a longer episode. It was like a full hour. It wasn't 45 minutes or anything. So it did feel long. It felt very dense. And when we went to review it earlier, it was hard for my brain to think of what to talk about. So you might want to watch that review tomorrow afternoon. Matt Boardman, oh man, that was straight out of a horror film. So well done, and the First Contact music was such a fantastic touch. Laughable Larry says, I really hope it's not Guinan. I agree. I feel like that would be bad writing in an otherwise good season so far. A time cop investigating Cisco and crew being there that they intercept would make more sense. Yes. Jarzia throws in $20. So thank you so much, Jarzia. Haven't been around much lately, but Picard Season 2 is the biggest redemption story this year. Loving what they're doing, and the Borg Queen actress is killing it. Very terrifying. Strange New Worlds is looking like it'll be a proper TOS homage. Well, here's hoping, but yes. Chateau Picard throws in $2. Enjoyed 7, enjoying being fully human. Oh yeah. People don't usually like me when they first meet me. You in 2024 should get a room. Jonathan, I was hoping that the phasers from the trailer only sounded like Star Wars lasers because the shortcut, but they actually do sound like Star Wars lasers. I checked after the episode to be sure. Yeah, they do for sure. There's also when the La Serena loses navigation and hits Earth's atmosphere, you hear like a breakdown sound in the background. It sounds like the one they use in Star Wars all the time for the Falcon. I could be wrong. It sounds very similar, but I think they altered it a little bit. But it is the same Leah Thompson from Back to the Future movies. Thanks, Ozzy. Andre says, I like the First Contact board theme being played when the Queen was crawling towards Agnes. Hell yes. Let's see. Season 1 at least introduced us to characters better than Discovery did. I still hardly even know the bridge crew. Agreed. And I care more about Raffi and Elnor's relationship in season 2 than I did about her and Picard in season 1. Like the way they structured that was interesting because you actually care about them this time. You didn't give a shit about her relationship with JL in the first season. So maybe communication couldn't use satellites because they don't want to be monitored, but transporter beams wouldn't be noticed. Possibly. Discovery was a 2 out of 10, says NZ Fade. Patrick thought it was an 8 out of 10, a 10 out of 10 for Picard. Daniel Hall says, hi, Stuart. Just sent you an email about Ticonderoga. Hope all is well. It is, Dan. Good to see you, and thank you for joining us. I'll have to check the email after the live, but yeah, hopefully we can start traveling again soon. Just gun shy for traveling right now, so. Annika without Borg implants is not as knowledgeable as 709. I enjoyed when she was looking at herself in the mirror. Yes. Shannon says, everyone hoping for Benjamin Sisko. It's never going to happen. Avery Brooks is in no condition to be acting, but perhaps Jake Sisko in some capacity, but likely not. Totally agree. Avery Brooks, unfortunately, is just not in a position to come back, and that really absolutely sucks, considering what happened to his character. He's a perfect plot device for so many story elements. Jake Sisko could be as well, and you got to admit, can't think of the actor's name right now, but the guy that plays Jake Sisko, which you're all going to tell me in the chat now, which I'll get to like in a minute. Cyril Lofton, that's it. He looks a lot like Avery Brooks, actually. So they did a really good casting job with that back in the day. Maybe the Watcher is Doc Brown. I somehow doubt that, Ozzy. What changed in this time to change the future of Earth, though? Someone killed a computer program? Did they ever say what's going to happen? No, we still have to find that out. We have to find out who the Watcher is, when the event happens, and what the event is, which Girardi knows those. So, huge props for Raffi for taking the initiative and taking action rather than a 10-minute scene of crying about needing therapy. Amen. I'm glad they didn't mention COVID. I'm not a big fan of inserting real-world stuff into Trek canon. Also agree. Mark Henson, when I was a kid, when I was in trouble, I was threatened by my mom, clean your room or no Star Trek. But there was no Rick and Morty when I was a kid. I related to that scene so much. Titan's Husky Life. I think Agnes is the Borg Queen that showed up at the start of the season. A lot of people do that, so the signal doesn't get choppy at all here. Defiant Mr. Raven Productions. TOS Trek mentioned the Nazis. Yes, they did. Eric says NORAD would have detected the ship in orbit and entering the atmosphere. Turn off your fucking car alarm. Yeah, they would have. They would have absolutely. Do you have Irish whiskey super captiful? I don't have any alcohol really right now. That's why I'm not drinking anything tonight. So that good old fashioned water tonight. Jaws says, "Hey Captain Foley, do you recommend watching this season so far? I was underwhelmed by Picard season 1, so I'm really curious if you think it stayed strong or if it fell off after the season premiere." I would suggest watching it. I think it's stayed very strong. Pacing's been great. Writing's been great. Characters have been great. We're only 3 episodes in, obviously, but yeah, I think it's very much kept its momentum from episode 1 of this season. And yes, we were the same way with you with season 1. Season 1 was the worst of the new live action Trek, hands down. Way worse than Discovery. 143 people watching, 82 likes, guys. Let's get those likes up to 100. Thank you so much, guys, for hitting that like button and for just joining me here. Appreciate it. If you can super chat, also would be great. So please consider doing so. But Trek or not, Jake is still essentially a son of a half prophet, technically a quarter prophet. Titan's Husky Life says, "I think Agnes is the Borg Queen." Oh, I read that one already, and yes, a lot of people do. Elf Boy Gun. Jonathan, the ice arrest might have been better if it was before all the TV shows and movies over the past few years, beating this dead horse beyond recognition. Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh, seriously, they're going this route? But Misha puts in $5. I never said which Cisco. He he he. Well, you spell Cisco wrong. Cisco is Sisko, not Sisco. Just so you know. The Stanleys, do you think the Europus mission might be relevant to the problem they need to fix? Maybe. I kind of doubt it, actually. My brain scan says no, as you can see here. I'm thinking no on that one. So, why do I have a handsome brain? It's so sexy. Red alert, I hear the alarm. Joseph says they didn't mention COVID per se. However, there was a line of dialogue about vaccine implants. There was, yes. Mark Henson, maybe something happens to prevent World War III. Do you think somebody came back in time and assassinated Colonel Green? Possibly. Love the episode, the immigration morality play, and Borg versus Girardi monologue. Only compliment is blink and you'll miss the Q appearance. Yes, Only complaint. Not compliment. Only complaint. Jesus. Someone's stealing my shuttlecraft. Ryan says using 21st century satellites to relay a transporter signal would take hours. Not necessarily. It's not literally like uploading it and down, and then you just got to bounce the signal. It's advanced transporter tech. You just have to hit something. So. Shannon says Picard season 2 has been excellent, 3 for 3 so far. If it keeps up at this pace and this season overall is great, what would you say this? Would you say that this is the best season since Enterprise Voyager? No, I absolutely wouldn't. Honestly, so far Prodigy's been fantastic. Lower Decks has really excellent seasons as well. But if you mean live action, yeah, it would definitely be up there with Enterprise and Voyager. So it's hard to say. The Watcher is Captain Jewel Duquesne from the USS Relativity. Yeah, that's what I fucking hope for as well. Riley puts Rio's face planting was funny as hell. Joseph Cole, agree with no real world in Trek. That said, U.S. political hopeful Stacey Abrams in Discovery as Earth President felt a bit much forced. Well, I didn't have any fucking clue who she was, so it's fine with me. Jeff Harris, did anyone notice that Rafi's tricorder on the top of the building was actually a fancier model flip phone? I did not notice that. It looked like a standard smartphone, but it's super thick. So, Jay Ray, what about the leftover tech from Ed Begley Jr. in Future's End? Could that tech be detected? Oh, the ChronoWorks stuff? Probably. Raffi is projecting her guilt of being a bad mom onto Picard. Oh, yes. Sneaky Fox Jr., the Watcher is going to be Geordie LaForge because of his eyes. What do you think of on the tricorder? Well, it's not Starfleet tech, it's not Federation tech, it's Confederate tech, and I think it's kind of cool, actually. It looks like a cell phone. I think that's neat. So, is the Europa the same ship Voyager finds in that anomaly that travels through subspace? Don't recall. Raffi went on a tear. Bad feeling on Picard, and she's taking no crap. There's a chance it might go with Sisko's other child. Alyssa Jericho, Hollywood sure love making immigration officers look like bad guys. They do, yeah. Shannon, I kind of agree. That's what me and Samuel saw in it. We were like, she's a really bad actor. And then we found out, because everybody's bitching and whining and moaning online, that it's a politician. We're like, oh, okay, that makes fucking sense then. But politicians are kind of good actors, so. But yeah, we thought the same thing. Eric says, I predict the Europa mission will be important to the story. Well, there you go. There's Eric's prediction. Laughable Larry, how would you feel if they brought Sisko back as a disembodied spirit that inhabits a person to communicate? Don't need every Brooks, and as a prophet, you may explain the white eyes in the promo. Interesting, but there are multiple people that have those white eyes, so I wouldn't be opposed to the idea if it was done well, but I don't really like the idea either, because he would just come back looking like Sisko. So I have a bit of a problem with it, but at the same time, if it's done well, I could buy it. I want to know why Rios was teleported on the maybe because of the Borg Queen, or he was teleporting to a place that does not exist yet. I don't know. I just thought it was a miscalculation of some kind. Misha throws in $5, so thank you. When blind you are, see how good spell you do. Misha, you like busting my balls, don't you, bud? You gotta stop that. I'll poke an eye out. Christian says, stop with the political nonsense. They are in a totalitarian society, and she knows they have vaccination chips. It doesn't necessarily mean that the UFP has those mandates. The soon guy is the key. Q gives him something in a trailer. Yes, he does. Matt Boardman. Oh, yes. The Ronin. They mentioned the Borg Queen was siphoning power to save herself after the Time Warp. I wonder if that's a clue for what the Weird Queen was doing in episode 1. Absolutely it is. We fucking said that from day one. That was a weird line. But we require. What do you require? Power. It's like, yeah, she needs to recharge herself and also at the same time upload information into every Federation ship so she doesn't have to be relayed. So that's what the taking over the computer was not a hostile act. I think it was a information dump of sorts. Misha, being serious, yeah, proper nouns are very difficult for me. My TTS doesn't know if they are spelled right or not either. That's a good point, yeah. Taylor T, the second I saw Rios get knocked out, I immediately thought about Bashir and Cisco getting taken to the Sanctuary District. Fart Muffin says this episode was weak. If they would have stayed, they fixed the ship by the end. They didn't have to go through any of their blunders. Also, no one in France woke up to a ship crashing. Well, yes. It's France. They're notoriously behind the times. Just kidding. Bryce says, I guess 709 forgot the Borg nanoprobes. Could revive necrotic tissue. Very convenient that Immortality Tech has forgotten in both the Kelvin and Prime timeline. Titan's Husky Life. I think the Queen dies, and the only way to get back home would be have someone else be the Queen. And Agnes, all too eager to take the role, steps up. Why she's meeting up with Picard alone as a Borg, I don't know. I think so too. Joseph says, that's okay, Cap. I live in the US and I had no idea who the hell the Earth president was either. Titan's Husky Life says, sorry if my comment doesn't make complete sense. Tried to fit a lot into it. No problem, man. We figure stuff out here. General Grievous, the new tricorders are repurposed Samsung Galaxy X Foley devices, according to Sean Ferrick. Doesn't mean they are. That's a speculation on Trek Culture's end, I think. Sean's a good guy, but you can't take everything he says as gospel. So there's that. Briz Korob, I am very sorry, but I can't watch the service for free right now. That sucks, dude. The Earth President scene was weird. They set it up like it was going to be a known character. I was hoping Lorca. Oh, shit. I think the tricorder is a Samsung Z Flip. It looks like mine. Could be. Are they that thick? Are they that fucking thick from the side? Like, it's like that thick. That's fucking thick, dude. I don't want a phone that's that fucking big. Even if it flips. I like my iPhone, which is like that. Wake Roberts. It just occurred to me, the Lost Serena, they have the alternate Lost Serena. When they repair the timeline, would it cease to exist, thus stranding the crew in the past? It's not how the temporal thing works. Even Girardi says, I don't know if we're in outside the temporal, whatever she said about Elnor, but a causality loop, or I don't fucking remember what she said. Anyway, it's hard to say. Usually if something goes back in time, it has to go back to where it came from. But considering they're changing the future, they can't really take it back to the future. Pardon the pun. Fire streaks. I don't know. That's a good question. Temporal mechanics, they fuck with my head. I wonder if this Q is from an alternate timeline as well as the Queen, because that is the hat I'm thinking. I've considered an alternate Q, but I don't think that's the case. Mark says, temporal mechanics usually says no, although it's possible it could transform into the original. Daniel Hall, Gary 7 would still be around in this time, but the writers, producers aren't smart enough to use the team. Well, then they'd have to explain who the fuck Gary 7 is. They'd have to, for all the people that don't know Gary 7, what a stupid name. Who's this? So you'd have to like, oh, there was a race of aliens that abducted a bunch of people from Earth forever ago and trained their offspring to blah 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 blah. It's a good idea, but it would take too much explaining, I think, to the average person, even some average Trek fans, to really know who the hell Gary 7 is. Question for everybody. That's the time they're in now, 2024. There wasn't a World War III in the 90s like in the original series. Does that change everything? There's time fuckery all around Star Trek, and Voyager goes back to 1996. The eugenics wars were in 1996. That's not World War III. Eugenics wars took place over in the Middle East. Most of the North American population and populations around the world weren't even aware there was something going on because it was hidden from them. Even the launch of Khan into space on the Botany Bay in 1996 was hidden. It was classified. So that could have all still happened. That wasn't World War III. World War III happens like 2040 something, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I don't want to get into thinking about all that shit because I'm just going to enjoy what they're doing and go with it. I don't think they need to worry about traveling back to the future. Q will bring them back once they fix everything. Yeah. 2026 is when the war starts. That's when World War III is. It's 2026. We're kind of on track, aren't we? Fuck. Gestrel 1980, $5. Happy St. Patty's Day, Cap. This episode is meh. Biggest question, who's the president in 2024? Why do you think the 20 producers picked that year? I have no idea why they picked it. Don't really care who the president is. Don't give a fuck. Doesn't really bother me or affect me in any way. Titans, Husky Life. I think the queen dies, and the only way to get back would be have someone else be the queen. And this is didn't you? I already read that one. How easy is it to time travel now? Anyone can just jump into a spaceship, go back in time, and get their lottery numbers to get rich. No, if you fucking listened, the Enterprise had Spock. You got to adjust for temporal variances and eddies and blah, 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 all this shit. You have to do a whole bunch of calculations while you're in it so you don't get burned up. That's why they needed the Borg Queen. So not anyone can do it. I mean, if they're smart enough, sure, why not? Anything gravitational creates enough speed and can create a slingshot time travel effect. So at 3225, you can see the glare of the COVID website on the Markridge Industrial Tower windows, then digitally removed as the camera. Really? That's funny. Jonathan, the new brick tricorder would be more awesome if they used CGI to show it being folded into a compact block. I like it too, though. Sean says the subtitles for episode 1 says Legion when the Borg appeared. Yes, it did. If it's the new name for Girardi's collective, it is fitting, I think. Amen. Maybe they take everybody out of the sanctuary districts and give them a better life as the Borg. You're now my Legion. Come with us to the future. Kirian Spoor is wondering how Laris fits in. She's in trailers in 2024, it would seem. Yeah, we're not quite sure yet. We don't know if they fix something, go back to the future and see that it's not quite the right future. It's better than the Confederation, but it's not quite what it's supposed to be. So they need to go back again and make some tweaking. If they do that, I'm fine with more episodes in 2024. But, sorry, just had to help the dog. But, yeah. I don't know how Laris fits in. It'll be interesting to see. Dr. Ronsland puts in $10, so thank you so much. Wesley Crusher as the Watcher. He did have the travel mojo going. Why would he be in 2024, though? He went back there with the Traveler and is hanging out waiting for them? Don't know if I buy that. Sorry, I spit there. If Rick and Morty is canon to Star Trek, that means Mike McMahon is canon to the Trek universe. Amen. Amen. Let's see. The immigration officer notes that Rios doesn't have a UHC card. That is another reference to DS9 past tense. Yes. Would you rather Canada join the US or US join Canada? Neither. Stay the fuck away from us. We got a border. We're fine the way things are. We love you guys. You like us. I don't want to be part of you. Stay where you are. Bobby Jones, I think that the doctor at the clinic is going to be a plot device like the city on the edge of forever, and that Rios will have to let her die at some point. Or the kid, sure. It was neat how Agnes got the information from the Board Queen. The Board Queen didn't even know it. That dude Vince, says, I just thought UHC was United Healthcare. LOL. I guess I missed the past tense reference. I missed it too, so. The Watcher is Mephisto. Andrew K. No, of course they put a huge case on the phone to disguise it and to avoid Samsung's wrath. Let's see. Did anyone else notice when Les Sereno's nav computer went down? It was the same sound as Millennium Falcon as her hyperdrive was broken. Yeah, I said that earlier. I thought it sounded familiar, and I thought it was that, but on like the third watch, I was listening, and it sounded a little bit altered. Like they hit it a little bit behind some other noise. But yeah, I noticed it too. Chris Fields, late to the game, just joined, but this is obviously a different timeline than our real one. Any large object entering the atmosphere will be detected in 2024 by main systems I personally worked on. Well, there you go. Terry Carr as the Watcher. I can't imagine Q fucking around with mass murdering Confederate General Picard. I just assumed that this was Q, that this Q was our Q. Yes. Just watched it. They now have proven. Just watched it. They have now proven that from this point forward is not real Trek. The fuck does that even mean? First contact is in 2063. It was 5 years after the end of World War III. Yeah, but when did World War III start? Jay Ray, I would love to see a cameo from Rain Robinson. Sarah Silverman. Your curves don't look so great. General Grievous, forget about Eleanor. When the Borg assimilated Picard, it should have repaired the congenital defect that had, since Borg medical knowledge was second to none, it would have been detected. I kind of agree. Eugenics wars ended in 1996. Yes, they did. That's why the launch of the Botany Bay was in 1996, to get rid of Khan and his misfits. Christian Montgomery, $2. Cisco's mother is the Watcher. I'm loving Picard. Kevin Tipcorn, speaking of real world in Trek, they didn't mention Irish reunification of 2024 in the St. Paddy's Day episode. Guess they didn't want to get banned. Yeah. How did Rios falling like that not knock out a few teeth? They must have some teeth reinforcement techniques. I don't know. And the way they portrayed the cops in LA was a massive eye roll, showing the politics of the writers. Love the Board Queen this episode. I got creeped out when she was crawling on the ground near Girardi at the end with the Queen. Said she was impressed. In regards to Spock on Enterprise with the slingshot, who's smarter, Voyager, Era 7 of 9, or Spock? Sorry, but Picard, Era 7. Where did that go? Seems to have lost a few IQ points, or just hides her smarts better. Seriously? I would say 7 was smarter in Voyager, but if you're talking season 1 7, she just wasn't written well. Season 2 7, she doesn't have her Borg implants right now. So of course she's not super smart. I don't know what you mean by the comment. Who was vacuuming? He. What do you mean, Ozzy? What do you mean, who is vacuuming? Andre Benson, first contact happens in 2063. Data said they arrived about 10 years after the Third World War. Okay. There you go. Good tea, nice house, $5. If there was only an android head sitting in a cave in San Francisco to help with the temporal calculation, Girardi would love to meet Data. Fucking brilliant. Picard. Use your memory. The U.S. just wants to give Canada a hug. Yeah, like I want to give Alex Kurtzman a hug around his neck with my hands. Since Leah Thompson is directing this episode, maybe Rios will wake up somewhere and say, who are you? The Cisco tease is bothering me. 2024, Sanctuaries, General Cisco, better be a good payoff somehow. Yeah, I know. I would love it too, but look, it's a local temporal continuum anomaly. Corrected layered subspace. Field power. Positron decay. It's there. BJ Tehran, $5. A Gary 7 series would reuse Mad Men sets and clothes. Maybe Gary was watching Elon Musk's SpaceX in 2024. Ruben Loza, I get the feeling we are going to be in 2024 the whole show. I mean, the whole episode was beaming in and saying hi to new people. No, I don't think we're going to be in the whole show. Legion, possibly so much of the cooperative from Star Trek Voyager episode Unity. Possibly. Why would he be in 2024? You humans think too fourth dimensionally. When Daniels from Enterprise, I think Daniels from Enterprise is the Watcher. Mark Hansen says World War III was from 2026 to 2053. That's a fucking long war. Shit. General Grievous, $5. A nice rare moment New Trek took to acknowledge legacy characters aren't total idiots, putting Spock's intelligence on par with the Borg Queen. Amen. Blue Shirt Picard, I'm digging Picard so far. Where do you get those cool graphics on the screen behind you? Are they being displayed through a computer? They are. They're actually various screensavers and flash animations and stuff that I found over the years that I've converted to video files, and I put them all in a playlist. I've got TNG ones, TOS ones, Motion Picture Era, Enterprise E ones, Cardassian ones, Deep Space Nine ones. I got a whole bunch. There's playlists on the Trekyards page, which are unlisted. But yeah, so that's what they are. Right now it's on all L cars, so it shows stuff from every era. But Laughable Larry would have loved if Evil Voyager was pulled into the Delta Quadrant, killed the caretaker, stole his technology, and that's how they got into the Delta Quadrant, to destroy the Borg in the first place. Very cool. Love it. Joseph Cole, $2. Love Rios's doctor. La Serena needs an MD. Matt of the Midwest, slight paying homage to Star Trek 4 dialogue during Slingshot. Warp 7, Warp 8, Warp 9, 9.2, 9.3, 9.5. Yes, totally agree. Said that earlier myself. Tried to get in before people bitched about wokeness and failed. Very good episode. Chris Fields, do you think we'll get back to the show timeline next episode? I'd love more Stargazer. No, not next episode. I think you're going to be at least another 2 or 3 episodes in 2024 at least. But it won't be the whole season. Do I have my window open? Yes, I do. Why? There's nobody vacuuming. Wait, so you're saying you think a lot of what made Seven smart had to do with her implants? I always assumed it was because she was assimilated young and there for 20 years. a little bit of both, but she had improved strength, and because of her neural implants and ocular whatever, yes, she had enhanced intelligence as a result. Sure, she has a lot of knowledge, general knowledge, but I think she's less advanced without those implants and can't access all of it or be as fast about it. So, yes. Sorry if I'm late, Cap. What did you think about the new episode of Picard? I liked it for the most part. I thought it was great. Picard Queen was getting off some Resident Evil Dead of the Day vibes, crawling on the ground with the creepy lights being off. Yes. They can't use Data's head from the cave, then it wouldn't be there for Geordi to reattach. Just use it and put it back. What? Go get the head, take it, use it, talk to it, get some computational things out of it, blah, 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 put it in the computer. Thank you, Data. Disconnecting you now again. See you in TNG time. And then put it back in the cave. It's not rocket science. I don't understand the problem. The war ended in 2053 and began in 2026 as established in season 4 of Enterprise. Well, there you go. We already said that, though. To be fair, Rios was arrested by Immigration Control Enforcement, which is part of Homeland Security. It wasn't true LAPD. 7, don't worry, just put him on ice till we get home. I'll get some Borg nanoprobe side effects. I knew a guy named Neelix. He didn't like it. Shannon says Spock is smarter. He those mathematical brainwaves. If 7 is plugged into the Borg, then she would have advantage. But again, that's completely irrelevant. Just signing in to say goodnight, mon capitaine. So, MWA, good night, everyone. Good night, Robert. Eric says, wait a moment, Los Angeles, in a sanctuary city, immigration wouldn't have raided the clinic like that in 2024. Oh, he wasn't in the sanctuary district. He was outside the sanctuary district. He's going to get plunked in the sanctuary district, I think. That's why they raided the thing. So, Agnes was actually an MD before she went into robotics. It sounds like a vacuum, but now it's a vehicle going by. I don't hear a vacuum. Peter Lukaku, $5. Was it just me, or did Rafi get a bit turned on when 7 said they were together to the security guard? She was a little shocked by it. Like, ooh, you're admitting that we're girlfriend and girlfriend? Ooh, yeah. I love that she took pleasure in killing 7's husband. Like, yeah. Tinfoil Ninja, $5. I find it telling that 7 finds more acceptance in the 21st century Earth. I can see a temptation to stay back, being a plot point. Probably, yes. 113 likes, though, with 148 of you here. Let's try to get to 150 likes, guys. If you haven't hit like, please hit that like button. Joseph says, going to get some rest. I found out today that I have a brain tumor. Oh, my God. I have to meet with the team to develop a plan tomorrow. Good thoughts and prayers. Appreciate it. Everybody, send Joseph all your best, guys. What the hell, man? That was a real bummer. You're oh, man. I hope everything's okay, man. That sucks. Nick Weig, fair, but be brutal to pull him back after last season. We've said goodbye to Data twice. Don't want to do it again. Jeff Harris, I felt bad for Rios. That fall looked like it hurt. By the way, that was a bit of a safety issue with the transporter, low power or not. Yeah. Do you think Hugh is upset that Picard is just sitting around and not trying to explore any realities like an end of all good things? He's forcing the issue? No, I don't think that at all. I think something happened that the Q need help with, and this is their way of asking for Picard's help without asking for his help. I think they can't even... They've realized something happened too, and they can't fix it. Shauna Leatherman says, just wanted to hop in and hit like before bed. Good night, Captain. Good night. Chris Fields, best wishes. Joseph, yes. Kind of sad the Confederation reality is over. Want to see more of that? Totally agree, Pumpkin Spice. Totally agree. General Grievous, $2. Enjoy your water. I'm having vanilla royal. Oh, you bastard! I'll pretend that's what this tastes like. Vanilla-y. Does Seven have nanoprobes and she doesn't have any visible implants? She wasn't assimilated in this timeline. Was her memories just moved to her body in this timeline? Same with the others. Yes. She wouldn't have nanobots or anything in her body. She's got a legit full-on human body. Good tea, nice house, puts in $5. And good night, Joseph. Hopefully everything goes well tomorrow, by the way. So take care and keep us apprised of the situation. Good tea, nice house, though. Throws in $5. Picard could still leave Data's head there and order him not to reveal the events of his temporal incursion. Strict orders like in episode clues. Absolutely. He was trying to get Picard to love others, not others, but himself. That's the lesson Q is trying to teach himself. New worlds, galaxies. Q wants to see Picard finally accept himself. I would buy that. Yeah. I think the 7 plotline, so this season is going to be her realizing how differently she is treated without Borg implants. Absolutely, I believe so as well. Big deal was made of it when she said, this ship was made with using Borg research tech. And, I think I put people on edge because I'm here. I've never been fully accepted, so. Mark Henson says, my power just went out. Still got my phone on at least. Shannon Bailey, how long do you think they'll be in 2024? Up to episode 10 or thereabouts? No. We got there in episode 3. I think we're going to be out of it by episode 6. I don't think there's going to be that much 2024 stuff. At least I'm hoping not. I'm hoping not. Let's put it that way. Misha throws in $5. Thank you so much, my friend. This is Q's way of asking Picard for help in dealing with Alex Kurtzman. You spelled Kurtzman wrong, too. Kurtzman has a K, not a C. I know it's not your fault, and you're going to blame it on your talk-to-text. But open your eyes, man. I'm kidding, of course. I'm winking. You can't see it, but you can probably hear it. There, I'm winking. Andre, Raffi did look like she enjoyed killing Seven's husband, but she was like, she's mine, and killed him. Tinfoil Ninja, not to get off topic too much. Hey, we do that here, especially after the first hour. So it's perfect time to start getting off topic. But are you a New England IPA beer fan? Never seen you with one, so I had to ask. Sure, I like IPA beers. I'm not picky. I tend to get a different beer every time I go to the beer store. I haven't had beer in the house in quite a while now, actually. I need to go get some soon. So, yeah, I'll drink IPA. Jared Wright, maybe Picard leaves himself a message somewhere in the villa to warn about Stargazer and the future queen. Andrew K. It was odd when Raffi referred to Q as Mr. Alphabet in the previous episode, but then ranted about Q and Picard messing with people's lives in this episode. Maybe she read Picard's bio between the... No, she would have known about Q. I'm sure Picard talked about it. I'm sure they make a point of saying that, well, captains get briefed about Q, but I think Starfleet officers get briefed about the Q in general. So, I mean, she's obviously heard stories of that's what you guys do. You play with each other's. You play with each other. That sounds. You play with each other, and you play with each other with other people's lives. Fuck, that sounded really bad. Shit. Anyway, I thought it was slightly weird when she said that, and then at the same time, I thought, it's fine. She was just being deliberately obtuse last time. I don't know. It's fine. Bryce says, what the heck? When did this show about the future socialist utopia created by an avowed anti-capitalist and feminist so political and woke? This isn't the Trek I remember. J. Ray, Data's head wouldn't exist in the cave because the future from this point on in the alternate timeline, quantum mechanics, eh? That's a good point, Jay. Very good point. Screw you for saying that, man. No, this is bad. Bad, Jay. Making me look stupid. I can do that on my own. Thank you very much. Oi. Good point, though. Misha, wait. If it has a K instead of a C, then why do some people call him Alex Kuntzman? Because that's what I call him. Just because it's fun to insult him because he's a dipshit? I don't know. Be honest, this week's Star Trek was meh. Did like the time travel visual, though. I have to be honest and say it was meh? No, I'm honest and say I liked it. I thought the pacing was awesome. It felt like Trek. Picard felt like Picard. All the characters were fun and interesting. And yeah, one or two issues, which we'll talk about in our review, our full review. But I enjoyed it. It wasn't just a meh for me, so I'm sorry you feel that way. Kit 10K throws in $10. Yo, Cap, on break at work, enjoying a Coke and a bag of Doritos. Bad on the teeth, I know, but good on the taste buds. Well, Kit is here, so I already showed it off at the beginning, Kit, but here is the Fortress Tiberius that Kit sent me, and you see it's NCC 1701 with the Autobot symbol and USS Enterprise, and it is from the IDW Star Trek Transformers crossover. Nice 3D printed Fortress Tiberius for me from Kit 10K. So thank you, Kit. This is amazing. I've always wanted one. I'm probably going to paint it at some point, but I really do like it. It's a nice display piece. I wish his head moved, though, because I might not want to put him on that side of a shelf, or if I'm looking this way, I might want to put him on this side, and then if he's looking that way, it just looks stupid. So I don't know if I can... I can't really cut the head too easily. Oh, yeah, maybe I can. Maybe I'll make the head posable. But yeah, so there's Fortress Tiberius. But thank you, Kit. And thank you for showing up on your break. Appreciate it. Yuck, I hate IPAs. Well, then I must hate them too, Mark. Fuck IPAs. Somebody didn't agree with me. God damn it. Mark, you're now the enemy. I must hate everything you say from this moment on. That's how I feel about political bullshit. Anyway, I'm just kidding, Mark, but... Have you seen the Discovery episode? Yes. Mark says I like screwball whiskey. So do I. Grant McGregor, I'm surprised that Seven hasn't had a line about Q. I am too. Ooh, Good Tea Nice House says to Jay, it would because of a causality loop. It arrived in the 1800s, and this temporal incursion happened in 2024, according to the Queen. It's... No one's right, because no one knows for sure how that would work. Jonathan, I just take Rafi not recognizing the name Q at first as a brain fart. Sure. Let's see. Misha, being totally honest, I enjoyed this week's episode, or Picard, quite a bit. Thank you, Misha. NZ Fade, I'd love it if the Watcher was played by Ian McClellan. No, don't want that. Fun will now commence, says he enjoyed the episode. Mark Henson says, when Rios was beamed off target, that looked painful. Well, it didn't look fucking pleasurable, that's for sure. Shannon Bailey says, James Davis, episode 3 was great, and that is what the majority think too. Sorry to break your negativity. Yes. Sorry, James David. Or Davis. Mr. Teach the World, La Serena taking out a ship with one shot prior to the Borg engagement. Did I see that correctly? Yes, 3 fucking times. And the first one, lock on to the starboard nacelle. Affirmative, sir, we got it. Fire. Hits the fucking deflector. Good job. Either you're a fucking moron or your targeting systems are off. So Saucy Puppet Show. I found Rafi's temper tantrum at the beginning of the episode annoying, but it does seem to be in character for her, so I'm giving it a pass. It is in character for her based on season 1. And yes, I found it annoying too. But I love the way it was quickly like, I'm mad, I'm frustrated, moving on now. I'm going to do the mission. And then it's like, and she's fine on the mission. It's not fucking harped on. It's not. So I'm fine with it. Misha, Cap, how many times do we need to tell you? Stop chopping off heads. But Confederation rules dictate that when I make a victory, I chop off their head and put it in my office. Shannon Bailey, I have to ask, did you get that Maximilian figure in the black hole? I need one. Where did I get that? I ordered that off from Big Bad Toy Store. I got that one and the Bob, Vincent and Old Bob. So I ordered them from Big Bad Toy Store like a year ago, 2 years ago. There's an unboxing video on my personal channel where I opened them. But yeah, it's fucking great. I love Maximilian. I've wanted one for a long time since I was a kid. And I never found the original one, so I really love it. So thank you for asking. But yes, Big Bad Toy Store is a place to go. BigBadToyStore.com. That dude Vince is listening as I stalk overnight at Walmart. Hey, man. Any cool toys? He-Man toys? Star Trek toys? Star Wars toys? Put them aside for me. Send them my way. Appreciate it. Kit 10K puts in $10. You're welcome for the Fortress Tiberius figure. I'm working on a version of him as if he scanned the Enterprise A and the Kelvin Timeline Enterprise as well. I'll see about making the head move. The refit I'd be interested in. The JJ one, not so much. James Davis. Well, Discovery, meh. Maybe Picard would be better if they just released the whole season at once. Fuck you. I like the way it is weekly so we can actually review it and take advantage of the weekly release schedule. JB, honestly, I still believe that instead of the fleet of Las Serenas in the last episode on Vulcan, they should have taken the SCO ship designs and changed some colors, textures to make them Confederation ships. I do too, but hey. Wake Roberts, this season of Picard is easily the best live-action Star Trek we've seen since Enterprise ended. Yes. Andrew K. What was the whole thing about the real peanut butter when Rios was eating that cookie? Does replicated peanut butter taste like ass, or is he just trying to entice? I think he was trying to entice little boy, but I also think it's legit. They've always said that real food tastes better than replicated food, so it's just something you get used to eating replicated food, and then you get the real thing, and it's like, oh, this is really fucking good. Broken speaker, $2. Here's money. Here's a thank you. Thank you for the money. Fart Muffin, I think they're doing great at actually making real characters. I actually like Rios this season. I don't just think the episode 3 story and execution was as good as the other episodes. Okay, that's fair. Out of all 3, if I had to pick my least favorite, it would probably be this one. It might score a little bit lower than the other 2, but it's still pretty good. I love Big Bad Toy Store. They have the coolest stuff. Yes, it's a way to make yourself very poor very fast. The Watcher's probably guying in. Ugh, I hope not. Broken Speaker says, just started watching, but just finished Discovery. God, I hope that's the end of the show. I can't take any more of it. Okay. Shannon Bailey says, watching weekly gives you time to digest and break down each episode. I've never been into binge watching shows, but understand those that like it. Well, I agree with both. I love binge watching shows, but at the same time, I don't. I binge watch Stargate, and unfortunately, a lot of the episodes mash together, the things that happen in them, like the little nuances. So yeah, I kind of like being able to review these Trek shows, watch them. I watched it 3 times today, had to, as part of the review process. And I'll watch it again probably. Actually, I don't know when I'll watch it again, but I watched it at least 3 times, sometimes 4 during a review day. And then you get to sit with it for a week. You get to talk about it. You get to hear other people's thoughts on it. I get to have a back and forth with Samuel about it and kind of get his thoughts on it. So I get a really good build-up image in my head of each episode. So when I see them later, I remember all that stuff. When I binge watch something, it's great. It's fun to just next episode. Oh shit, now I gotta go to bed. But a lot of it bleeds together and you don't get that nuance. So Misha received a couple of new ship models today, the USS Lexington, the USS Hornet, World War II carriers. Just felt like sharing. Shrug. That's cool, man. Mark Henson, the black hole scared the hell out of me as a kid. I remember that scene where Max Mulligan whips out the spinning blade from his hand and hacks that dude. Surge, how'd the Enterprise E make it back to the present after first contact? They never tell us. Well, they do. There's a line of dialogue that they're going to recreate the chronoton, whatever that the sphere projected, because they had scanned that when they were going through it. So Data just replicated it to get them back. Andre says, gotta wonder how Worf, Riker, the Forge Crusher, and Troy would have reacted towards Raffi going off on Picard. Yeah, they would have probably done the same thing. Like, General Grievous puts in $2. A shot for me and more synthahol for you, LOL. Happy shot, my friend. Jonathan, are you going to the Star Trek mission Chicago next month? I was thinking about it, but if they're supposed to only have 8 guests for Las Vegas convention, August has 52. I originally wanted to when I heard about it last year. I don't think I'm going to be able to afford to this year. Just finances are not great. And I fucking was so annoyed with the border restrictions. I think you still got to get a COVID test or something, but it can be one of the cheap ones now. But I don't fucking know. I don't want to have a hassle when I cross the border, so I'm probably not going. I would have loved to, but no. Blake Roberts, they generated a temporal vortex by emitting chronoton particles from the main deflector. I'm not sure why they couldn't use the same method this time. DX 2069. Captain Rios had a bad day this week. That transport was rough, man. Hey Donnie, happy St. Patrick's Day. JB Essence, I predict that Dr. Girardi will be tempted to want to join the collective at some point. The whole thing in the previous episode about feeling lonely in any reality seemed like foreshadowing. Fuck yeah. Called that last episode, but yeah, absolutely. Is Mr. Wolf hungry like a Worf? Blue shirted Picard. Raffi is being shitty to Picard again, just when I thought she was better this season. Well, no, this time it was fucking appropriate because she was mad that Elnor just died. When people get angry after somebody just dies, they lash out like that. But what I didn't like, the thing I didn't like about her doing that was that's what you do with Q, you play games. No, like fucking getting in his face. Don't you fucking get in my face like that. That's one thing I cannot abide, when somebody's like mad at me and they're like, what the fuck you gonna do, man? It's like, well, I'm gonna fucking bop you in the fucking head. Yeah, that was a bit much. But other than that, I didn't have a problem with her kind of lashing out. It was annoying to me, but it didn't last long. It was appropriate for the situation. Eric Martin throws in $5. Like Rios, tell us your favorite childhood memory, Cap. Well, sir, I don't know. It's funny because when she asked him that, I'm thinking, what the fuck would I say? I don't remember a lot of my childhood. I have a weird spotty memory. And to pick a favorite thing, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to answer that. Colin, evening Cap, running a bit late. No problem. Donnie, happy St. Patty's Day is indeed a special occasion and among my favorite times of the year. Well, there you go. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself, Donnie. Stephen W. Fathery, it's a crazy lifestyle, Cap. I watched both episodes 3 times for the Text Trek stream, take notes, get screenshots, but it makes it easier to know these episodes inside and out. Amen. And one thing, a tip I'll give you, for taking notes, my version of taking notes used to be watch the episode, write down a few lines here and there that I found interesting. Okay, doesn't quite work. I watch the episode once, get the screenshots, watch it again with the subtitles on, and get every subtitle and screenshots that I want to talk about. So that way I have every subtitle, I have every line of dialogue. I know how everybody's name is spelled, I know how the planets are pronounced, I know how all the weird alien names are pronounced, and I got all the dialogue if we need to read a speech or something specific. Got all that. Those are my notes, essentially. Then I watch it again and jot things down, like things I want to mention about a specific thing, like the Millennium Falcon sound in this one. Things like that, like Millennium Falcon sound when the ship breaks down or whatever. So I just have point form notes. So yeah, it's a very weird process. J. Ray, do you think Picard will finally feel sorry for Q and at least realize that he's not a villain? I think he's already done that a few times, but sure, yes. What is this? What do we got? Transwarp topologic analysis. Good Teen Ice House, $2. It was a great bridge episode to set up the 2024 story. Amen. Jared Wright, we need a Captain Riker show. He was the best part of last season, and it would be fun. Kit 10K throws in $10. I agree with you on the weekly release cap, and when I binge watch a show, I lose track of time as well. In fact, I was almost late for work tonight binge watching Voltron Legendary Defender today. Yeah, I stay up super late because I'm binge watching. I'm like, watch one more, watch one more, watch one more. Holy fuck, it's 4 a.m. I should probably go to bed. Yeah. Workout 6, just finished. I'm loving Picard season 4. Only thing I don't like about New Trek is every week to be continued, but it's also the same at the same time. You know what I hate? Honestly, Discovery. Well, even with Picard, somewhat is last time on Discovery. I don't care. I watched it. I fucking got it memorized practically. I always skip that shit. And I know they focus on things that are going to be kind of hit in the episode that's coming, that they're starting, like the relationship with Saru and Tarina or whatever. It's like, okay, cool. I don't care. I remember. I was there. I saw it. I hate that every fucking week. Last time on Discovery. Last time on Discovery, you fucking sucked. So please stop sucking and do something that's not like last time. You know what I mean? It's just like, Yeah, 40 guests announced for Chicago now. A lot were announced in the last few weeks. Okay. Laughable area. I really enjoy. They never release all the episodes at once. It feels like it would destroy communities like this. Fucking absolutely would. Sean, do you have any personal theories as to why Q might be acting off? Like I said, I think something's happened that the Q is aware of, but they can't do anything about it. Either that or he's being punished by the Q for some reason and can't tell Picard exactly what the hell's going on and has to hope that the one person he can rely on is Picard to fix things. So that's what I think. I don't think he's necessarily sick, but... A Saucy Puppet Show throws in $10, so thank you so much. I'm just happy to have a Star Trek show that I'm genuinely excited to watch every week when I'm done with work on Thursdays. Looking forward to your live review tomorrow. Thank you so much. Fart Muffin. Raffi didn't threaten to kill Picard where he stood like Worf did. It's true. Bryce says, it's possible that on first contact there was so much Borg tech hooked up to the Enterprise E that it was easy for them to recreate the temporal vortex. Wasn't the main deflector missing a big piece? It was. But like you said, the Borg have already assimilated half the ship. So, yeah, Borg tech is there for sure. Chronoton emitters. The Borg would have them. Does the Enterprise have chronoton emitters? Probably fucking not. So, yeah, I would buy that as an excuse for why they couldn't do it this time. DX 2069. I'm honestly really enjoying this season of Picard. They seem to really listen to us, and I love it. Also, do you think they will, when they fix the timeline, that Elnor will suddenly be alive again? I hope. I don't think he'll suddenly be alive. Like I said, I don't think he's fucking dead. I think what happened was he had his nun training, because he even earned the medal in this reality, he said. He's whatever. I think he went into some kind of deep meditative state. I mean, we've seen it before with like Vulcans and stuff. Spock did it in TOS. We're into a deep meditative state to heal his body. And at one point, you're going to hear bang, bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang. They're gonna be, what the fuck is that? And it's Elnor in the thing. Like, why did you put me in here? That's what I think. Is Kit leaving? See you later, Kit. I'll read your next super chat when I get there, but thank you so much. M. Stark, hey Cap, just able to pop in now. I enjoyed this episode, though not as much as the first two. What did you think? I thought it was great. It was the weakest out of the three for sure, but that's still a good thing because it was still great. Shannon Bailey says, as a continuous storyline, Picard Season 2 is doing a great job. The best since Enterprise Season 3, but I am looking forward to Strange New Worlds and one-off episodes with character continuity. Amen, brother. Episodic Trek, I want it back. Misha, one of my favorite childhood memories was when my father took me to visit NASA when I was 6. Cool. Wake Roberts, Rio's story from childhood was terrific. That was the right way to add substance to the character, yes. And I'm glad he didn't say, yeah, I broke in when I was 8, and I thought I broke the thing, and I did. I got second highest score, right behind a Michael Burnham. Yeah, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that guy is. But anyway, yeah, so I got second highest score on this simulator. So they could have done that, and they didn't. So, Burner, $5. I think Q wants the Borg to join Starfleet to help against Season 1 AIs. He's pissed Picard got scared and blew up the Stargazer. I don't get the time travel. Fleet Paw Swiftback, $5. I am back. I have enjoyed listening while talking to an insurance adjuster, laughing my ass off. Shocked they called tonight, though. It's good they did, though. So, yeah. Pumpkin Spice. It's like eating a crap Wendy's or McDonald's, then eating a smash burger. Real food. Subtitles for Discovery and the constant amount of dramatic music plays is off the hook. You know the worst part about getting screen caps from Discovery, I don't know if Stephen W. Fathery is still here or whatever, getting screen caps from Discovery is hard because everybody talks with their fucking eyes closed. Stamets is always like, Book blinks a lot, Burnham, we got to do a thing, and we got to do the DMA thing. So you're like clicking, you're trying to get a shot of them with their eyes open. And it's like, oh, they're fucking closed. Oh, they're half closed. Oh, you look like you're drooling on yourself for some reason, like you have a traumatic brain injury. There's some goofy. In this episode, oh my God. I'll be talking about the finale of Discovery tomorrow night, but this one had some ugly fucking faces in it. Ugly cry faces, ugly happy faces. That's when you get screen caps of them, it's like so funny. Yeah, we get it, you're happy. Or you're sad. Holy fuck, stop. I can't screen cap this shit anymore. I'm gonna have nightmares. Donnie Pearson. I must admit that final scene of Discovery Season 4 finale is priceless, since Stacy, especially, General Grievous, could they have walked into a predestination paradox where the dystopian future was created by the Bar Queen, who went back with them to try to alter the element, hoping to prevent the Federation? Could be. Who's the Bar Queen, though? That sounds pretty interesting. Bryce says, I thought that the feature on the bottom of the secondary hull on both JJ Prize and the Disco Prize was rear photon launchers. Perfect location, but enlarged some pics, and they are lights. Sad. General Grievous, her knowledge seems too convenient for her not to have been involved somehow. Q seems like a convenient patsy to be responsible for the dystopian nightmare. I hated that part of DS9 last time. Oh, DS9. Vash Rain, what do you think about Agnes wishing that Picard was her father? Do you think that Picard could reciprocate that affection? Oh, absolutely. I think it's great that she wants to do that. She didn't have a good father of her own. He's a nice father figure. Hey, mister. He says that all the time to him. I think it's great. And I think, yeah, he could reciprocate that. It's not his kid, so somebody looks up to him. I think he's fine with that. And now, the continuation. Or now, the conclusion. It's never the conclusion on Discovery, ever. War God 6. Let us skip the last time on Discovery, last time on Picard, like we can skip opening credits. Yeah, but they put shit between the last time on and the credits. And sometimes the fucking credits or the opening credits are like 13 minutes into the fucking episode. So you're like, okay, things are going good. And then you get the stupid fucking. I hate Picard. I hate the Picard intro. I fucking hate it. I can't stand it. I hate the music. I hate everything. I hate the Discovery one too, but whatever. Paramount Plus really needs to skip recap and skip intro button. Instead of the last time on, they should do a captain's log. I do not mind the recap of the previous episode. JB says, I think it is taking a lot of power or efforts on Q's part to keep reality from completely collapsing in and on itself. Maybe that's why he's so strained, yeah. Kit 10K throws in $10. Speaking of St. Patrick's Day, I drove past the alcohol store on my way to work and had a sign up that said, if you're drinking and see leprechauns, it's time to stop. I had to laugh at that. It's true, though. No passing out during the slingshot? Don't mind last time on, because I tend to forget what happened last time. But when they say last time on in episode fucking 1, it's like, yeah, but we're on episode 7 now. What the fuck are you doing? Would you like to see what Vulcan and Kelpian babies look like? Yes. Kit 10K throws in another $10 since break is over. Later, Cap. See you later, Kit. Thank you so much for everything. Do expect the last season on segment at the beginning of the season. Lower decks, though. Laughable Larry. I think the episode calls back to Encounter at Farpoint. Picard failed to look for alternate solutions to the problem. Q is mad Picard decided to blow up the ship rather than talk to the Borg. Yeah, I do like that. I do like that explanation a lot. And that's why when they're over in a battle or whatever, he's like, this is what you're used to. This is how you deal with things. It's like, it's not, though. If you watch TNG Q, you should have watched it. But anyway. Discovery Season 3, first few episodes. Did they really have one translator on board? No replacement? Seriously? Something that important, you'd think they'd have a spare. I don't remember any of that. Jonathan, they should have delayed Picard until after Discovery ended because it's hard to even care about what is happening on Discovery after watching Picard. It's true. Destiny Captain, I did not like this episode. I did not like it. I did not like this episode with grenades and ham. I did not like it, Sam I am. All Destiny, that's... Oh. Not as terrible as any of Season 1, but not great. Okay. Kind of disagree, but that's fine. Matt Boardman, the weakest writing of the season of Picard still feels stronger than any writing on many episodes of season of Discovery. Fleetpaw, you bring that up, that Vulcans can do a deep, restorative, regenerative, meditative state. Romulans are latently telepathic, so it would make sense that the Kawat Malat would meditate to help heal. Absolutely it does. And she did have the patch on to stop the bleeding, as Seven said. It'll stop the bleeding until the skin can start regenerating. That patch was on. I have no doubt that he's in a meditative state. Picard is a victim of Q and his bullshit, not a willing participant. It's true. What if that doctor lady and her son are distant relatives to Rios? They might be. Serge says, thoughts on the Borg Queen telling Jurati she impressed her. Do you think she wants to assimilate her more now? Yes, I think she's a perfect candidate for a Borg Queen. That's what I think. Otherwise, you screenshotted every shot, then cherry-picked the ones I want to use. So every frame? Holy fuck. I think you guys should keep the screen captures with the eyes closed. It'd be hilarious. There are some in there for sure. I don't weed them out, but Sam is the one that shows those. So DX 2069. When I watched the episode of Disco, the audio subtitles were on and I couldn't turn off, so I was distracted. How do people watch like that? You get used to it. I don't like doing that either. And Discovery was really bad. There was like 2 or 3 episodes where the dialogue was off by like a second. So like they'd show the dialogue, and then it would literally take a second or 2 for them to talk. So by the time they were done talking, the dialogue was already gone and on to the next one. It was confusing as fuck. burn and fry cry face was the worst I've seen. Jared Wright, they should have a ship too damaged to slingshot on the way back and have to find the Guardian of Forever. I miss Carl. I wonder if something is coming that both the Borg and Q are running scared, and that will be the season 3 big antagonist. If it was Discovery, it would be an alien working out its feelings. Charlie once cried to be your father, more like grandfather, more like spank me, daddy. She's got daddy issues. Did I really fucking just go there? Holy shit. Shannon Bailey, haha, Burnham's happy, sad face, like she's going, what's the poop? Am I right? Am I right? Discovery is over. Thank the Anunnaki. I like the new intro a lot. It has good energy. Does it though? Glad you like it. Tinfoil Ninja, has anyone warmed up to the Lost Arena design? It's always been mediocre to me, but that Eagle Moss model is looking better and better for some reason. No, I still don't really like it. It's a great Batwing. Batman, I could see flying that thing around, but... Grant McGregor, you know the other person who saw Picard as a father figure? He's dead. The other turned into Will Wheaton. Jesus Christ. Egging the stream of consciousness during assimilation reminded me of Picard's chaotic thoughts after he mind melded with Sarek. Yeah. One of the gripes I have about the new way they are doing things in the Trek series is that they easily half the length of a season of DS9 TNG and Voyager. Yeah, it's just how TV's made these days. There's never 24 episodes anymore. Except for Prodigy, which has 20 episodes in season 1 and 20 episodes in season 2. We're only halfway through. I wondered if Q was trying to show Picard that he has been missing real love in his life, though this would be a very extreme thing to show that. Would you like to see they don't allow for enough episodes to have little quirks and interesting conversations or adventures or interactions between the characters and happen at a slower pace? The only thing with 24 episodes and they're episodic, you can have 3 fucking shit episodes that are absolutely garbage at the low end of the spectrum. You can have 5 fucking stellar, fantastic episodes, and you can have a nice mix in between of kind of works, kind of doesn't, but it's not too bad, but this one is pretty good. You know, you can have those. But when you have one story and you're stretching it, if there's a bad plot element that gets carried on, you get Discovery. That's what happens. It's like making a good stew or a good barbecue. It takes time to develop those flavors in case of the characters. Yes, that's true. J. Ray throws in $10, so thank you so much. Hope the financial situation gets better, dude. You're not alone, you know. What you were and what you are to become will always be with you. Thank you, J. Ray. Much appreciated. Yeah, I'm sure the financial, it always goes in waves, so. I just noticed YouTube updated. I don't like it. No timestamp in my chat. My name isn't green with my blue wrench. What the fuck? You got a blue wrench beside your name, see? Meat paws, meat back. Blue wrench. Or you got a wench. It's a blue waffle. Bryce Burchett, apparently in season 3, second episode, when they were crashed on the ice planet, they had to go to new translator, not translator. Okay, there you go. General Grievous, can we all take a moment to appreciate the real villain, Ensign Mariner, who told Q, bother Picard. It looks like he did. If you're bored, go bother Picard. I like that. Wondering why the Borg Queen has no legs. It's her alien legs. It's her alien species, but no, all Borg Queens are. And I assume when the Confederation caught her, they just removed them. DX2069, was I the only one that thought it would be super cool if Starfleet headquarters just warped to somewhere else? I wasn't expecting that. No, that was cool. I like that too. The only guess I have is whatever broke the timeline would not have happened if the Stargazer survived and Q was given the chance to correct it. That, yep, I buy that. Detmer saying, I'm ready to pout the shuttle into book ship gave me chills. That was a good moment of Trek. Yeah, I wish she would have and died. I mean, did I say that out loud? No, I'm glad that Natoya did it and she survived. Alice does portray the best version of the Borg Queen, though. I like Susanna's version as well. I like the three, to be honest with you. Yeah, they're all great. I think this episode was pretty much on par with other Trek time travel episodes that went back to the 20th and 21st centuries. Yeah. The Lost Arena would be fine if they did something different with the bolt on this. Can't wait for them to be back in Stargazer, just lighten the bridge a smidge. When Picard paused, then said that Raffi was too emotional in a calm, matter-of-fact tone, it felt like fragments of Sarek's personality from his Katra that he shared with Picard. Yeah, sure. Stanley's got to go. See you later, Stanley. Thank you for joining. Will Jennings, this wasn't a bad episode of Trek, but it feels like a throwaway episode, especially the scenes with Rios. Yeah, but I think they're going to be important. Alice Krieg is super expensive, probably more than Sir Pat's do. General Grievous says, I look forward to adding your wrench to my collection, Fleetpaw. Ooh. I could take his wrench away right now if you wanted, General Grievous, and give you a wrench. Then it's like you took his wrench. Wish we had gotten to see a little more of those steam runners at the beginning of the episode. Yeah, I know. I like the way that Picard handled the interaction with Raffi. He remained calm and confident. Yes, absolutely agree. Very much like Picard would. That's a great question. No, I would like to see all three shows at one time. Okay. Bryce says the broken timeline was caused by Rios not sleeping with his great-great-great-great-granny. So the rest of the Picard is a romantic, will they, won't they, romantic comedy. Terry West 111 just watched the Picard episode. For the most part, I found it to be meh. Found the fight in the Lost Arena okay. Love the death of Seven's husband. The space battle was quick but cool. Serge Aloy, I like the actress they used for the Borg Queen in Dark Frontier. She would have been good too. Jay Ray, gotta get up early for work. Those patients won't work up themselves. Night night. Night, Jay. Peter Lukaku, with all the time travel in Trek, it would be hilarious if crews bumped into each other in different timelines and just act like we do when we see people at the grocery store. Hey, how's it going, Cisco? Hey, Bashir, what's up? Yeah, you guys are here to... Bell, who's that? Bye. See? You would take my wrench, though, Stuart? I'm not Chief Engineer Miles. Jonathan Earl, how did Rios end up landing on a fire escape and falling on the pavement on his... I don't know. Good question. Well, guys, let's see what we got. We have 147 likes. Can we get to 150? That's only 3 more likes. Can 3 more people hit that like button? Which would be muchly appreciated. Honestly, if I could get another $8, another $8 would be a good way to end out. But we're coming up on that 2-hour mark. My back is super sore from sitting here, and I kind of want to just go downstairs. Love the Borg Torps. Hate them blaming Picard for everything. He's just sided off. Very Picard-like. But I'm disappointed to have the big head dream sequence during the time. Yeah, I know. Sophie said the same thing. No big heads. No. And no. One thing that disappointed me was no quotes from the future. Because in Star Trek 4, we heard lines of dialogue that were later in the movie. It was fun to kind of hear those. Would have been great to have seen that here. So that's how Canadians interact with people, you know. Yeah, it is. Do we know what month or specific day they went back to in 2024? Maybe they watched the Bow Riots on TV. I don't know if it's mentioned anywhere, but I don't think so. Do you think Agnes is really Agnes, or the Borg Queen took her over fully and she's pretending to be her now? Nah, it's Agnes. Matt Boardman puts in $10. Goals to be met. Timelines to travel. A universe to explore, and Trekyards to click that join button and join the channel. No, I'm not going to get anybody doing that. Okay, fine. JB, do you think that you guys will do a video on the weapons from those steam runners? I could tell if the visual effects people were trying to merge pew-pews with proper phasers, or just pew-pews. I don't know. We probably won't do a video on that, honestly. Squadron Course throws in $1, going for that last super chat slot, and misses because he gets sniped out by Fleet Paw with $5. Here's part of it. In memory of Mr. Miles. Did like Girardi's subconscious conversation, though. LOL. And Terry West, yes, I always thought that there was some kind of ripples in time in the bounty that allowed us to hear the future lines. Yeah, that was fantastic. It was fun. I was looking forward to that. I wanted to hear, like, and even in Star Trek 4, some of them are very hard to make out and distinguish, but they're there, those little lines of dialogue. But yeah. All right, 2020 Port Picard has to stop a certain oh my god. We don't do things like that on the channel, my friends. Anyway, I'm going to set this down now. Oh, yeah, the super chat. Good tea, nice house. Puts in $2. Alf is the watcher. Good night. Alf from Melmac. General Grievous puts in $2. Shoots at Fleet Paw. Yes, the wrench is mine. I actually believe the Board Queen wanted peace with the Federation in the second episode. After watching episode 3, I don't know how the Board Queen's true intentions are. Oh, I definitely thought she wanted peace in that first episode. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, this is a message from a working nuclear plant. Awesome, Eric the Bat. Don't have a meltdown, mentally or otherwise. No, that's awesome, guys. Good way to end out the live. We hit 160 likes as well, so thank you so much, guys. I'm going to call it quits for tonight. Didn't go the full 2 hours. I apologize. I say that to Sylvie all the time. Sorry I didn't go the full 2 hours this time, hun. But I tried. And that's what's important. Anyway, so thank you for watching. Tune in tomorrow afternoon for our edited review of this episode. And by all means, tune in tomorrow night at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which fucking daylight savings time is like 9:30 p.m. UK. So 4:30 p.m. is going to be because right now there's only 4 hours difference between Samuel and myself, so he can't really do his an hour early to make up for it. So I have to push mine back, and then we have the compromise on Friday where it's half an hour. So it'll be at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time is all that matters anyway, so I don't even know why I mentioned the British time. But there's only one that's important. So anyway, I will see you guys then, hopefully. And if not, we'll have some videos on the weekend, of course, and of course lives next week as well. So the Discovery review will be tomorrow, or the Discovery first reaction will be tomorrow night at 10. And then the full review breakdown will be on Monday. So there you go. So hopefully you guys enjoyed yourself here. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, take care of yourselves and each other. I'm Jerry Springer. It's generally just good advice. So, but we'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much. Good night, everybody.